Yo, what is up, dudes? Well, it must be Monday, because here we are again with another Guitar of the Week. And this week, featuring a brand I love, a brand I've been playing, quite frankly, since 1980. We have a history. And this is probably the hottest guitar out right now. It's got the nostalgia vibes, you know, if you're of a certain age and era in guitar playing. I speak, of course, of Ibanez. Yeah. And that's a big box. Ibanez. We are back with another Ibby. These are so hot right now. All the kids want them because, you know, they're so cool. Get your spandex ready. Oh yeah, here we go. The lid. All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring that out. Down. There we go. Can't give the guitar away just yet, but I'm sure you got it figured out. I'm gonna use the table because I can. Yeah, boy, that's a big one. Okay, we've got some wrap. Okay. All right. Oh. Oh, I think I can just unwrap it right here, which would be even better. Okay. Can I? Oh, I think I can. All right. Wow. Okay. If my glasses turn dark, you'll know why. They are light changing. You all ready for this? I don't think anyone is quite ready for this. Yoink. Look at this thing. I got the power. They wrote a song about it. Oh yeah, okay, I might have to bring down my, this is so bright. When I come back to shoot I'm just seeing it's looking a little blown out on cam. And I haven't adjusted anything, but man, that is bright. Oop, hold on, I don't want to hit my my little webcam. Look at that thing. Look at that. That looks amazing. Made in Japan, part of the Genesis collection. This, of course, is the Power 3. Now, did they make a Power? They did. It looked nothing like this. That was Joe Satriani's first. But Joe Satriani first had the Power, and it sort of looked like a Super Strat, a thick-bodied Super Strat. And he switched to the Radius, right? Because they were ending the Power. They turned the Power into something that looked kind of like this. Not exactly like this, but sort of like this. It depended on your market. So if you were in the European and Japanese markets, you got a pick guard and you got 24 frets. If you were in the US market, you got no pick guard and 22 frets. So this is sort of a mashup of the two different markets, the European/Japanese market and the USA market, because you have no pick guard, like was in the USA market, and you have 24 frets, which is what it was in the European and Japanese markets. Because I've seen people go, why does it have 24 frets? I'm like, because some of them had 24 frets. They're like, but where's the pick guard? I'm like, well, some of them did not have pick guards. It just depended on the market you were in. And I don't think these lasted very long. 2 years? I don't even think. 1 year? I'd have to go back and check the catalogs again. But maybe they were in the 89 and 90 catalog or the 90 and 91 catalog and then gone. So, but they were so striking. And, you know, they were such an embodiment of, you know, just 80s excess that, you know, they had a following. They had a real following. And, of course, I think it was, I want to say Marty Friedman. Was it Marty Friedman was the... I apologize if I'm wrong on that, but I think it was Marty who was the official face of the Power series. You know, I assure you, I don't think Joe Satriani was going to walk on stage with one of these. A little bit more conservative. He wanted more like a Strat. That's what he ended up with. And quite frankly, they just turned the radius, right, which was the 540R, and this was the 540p for Power. This is the 540p3, but at the time there was the 540p, which looked like the Strat, the 540p2, which looked like this, and with a variation depending on the market. And he switched to the 540R, and then they just turned that into the JS. And he just got a signature model based on his favorite model in the lineup. All right, you know the drill. I need to tune it up, plug it in. We will check it out. I will see you in a sec. All right, we are back. We are back with this killer guitar. I can't impart to you how much I was enjoying this off camera. I'm like, the cameras are rolling, kid. You better get back on there. Are you going to have 100 gig files? Enough screwing around. Stop screwing around. Time to get back up. Look at that thing. Beautiful. You can tell it's made in Japan. Just the precision, you know. I've always said MIJ, Ibanez are some of the best made guitars in the world. This just confirms that. I've always loved their stuff, and you know, just the sheer precision, the how clean everything is. I'm just a fan of their stuff. So let's check the specs. It's a spec check. We have an order of operations here. I was going to start playing, and I said, well, hold up there, kid. I don't think you've done the specs yet. The official title is the 540p3, part of the Genesis collection, made in Japan. The color variations are the Desert Sun Yellow, which you're seeing here. The Purple Neon, that was a classic color. There's quite a few guitars back in the day, Purple Neon. They certainly did the RG570. I want to say the RG550 might have got a Purple Neon variation with a white pickguard. Maybe a black pickguard. I'd have to go back and look. Yeah, I might be thinking of the Heather Pearl. And you know, the Purple Neon is actually a flip-flop color. It's pretty cool. Or not flip-flop, it's iridescent. It's an iridescent color, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, black. So you can get it black, Desert Sun Yellow, and which is definitely a color available on the RG550, and Purple Neon. And let's get into the specs here. The neck type is Super Wizard, 5-piece maple walnut neck. The scale is 25.5 inches. It's 43 millimeters wide at the nut, so a full 2 millimeters wider than that Yamaha we had here last week. I told you that Yamaha had a narrow neck. Considering the R2 Floyd Rose is a 42, right? R242. So 43 millimeters at the nut, 58 at the 24th fret. The thickness, though, is 17 millimeters at the first fret. That Yamaha was 20.9, so almost 3.9 millimeters thicker on that Yamaha versus the this super wizard neck. 19 millimeters thickness at the 12th fret, so even at the 12th fret, it's thinner than that Yami was last week. I'm just saying. People are saying it's a thin neck, and the specs would bear that out. And the radius is 430 millimeters. I have no idea what that is, but I suspect it's pretty flat. These were usually closer to 20 inches of radius than 16. So do the math on that, and I'll bet it's close to 20. These were usually pretty flat. The body is basswood. The fretboard is a bound rosewood with white shark tooth inlay. The frets are jumbo. There are 24 frets. It uses the edge tremolo, which some, like myself, think is the best iteration of the Floyd Rose. Right? I think at the end, Sun Valley guitar, was it what was that guitar? I thought it was Sun Valley Guitars. God, now I can't even remember the name. It was prior to Pensa Sur. Valley Arts Guitars. That's something. Valley Arts Guitars. And they switched to an Ibanez Edge, feeling it was like the best of the locking trems. String space is 10.8 millimeters. It uses an infinity neck pickup, which is passive in ceramic right there. And as you can see, it's a double blade, so it is a humbucker in a single coil form. The bridge pickup is the V8 bridge, which is a passive Alnico. Factory tuning is standard E. The strings are D'Addario XL 120s, which is a 9 through 42. And it has, if I can get to it, a locking nut and black hardware. And I believe that is all the main stuff. And then the switching system, which we can cover right now. All the way back, you have the bridge. Position 2 is this coil and this coil on the humbucker, right? These two coils. So you're getting a humbucker, but just spread out. Center is both pickups, all 4 coils on. Again, that would be a humbucker. You move to here, position 4. It is the neck pickup, but it's in parallel mode. And parallel mode is it's not quite as strong as series. And it's a little brighter. It's a little more vintagey sounding. And it's still humbucking. So I don't think there's a non-humbucking combo on here, because the next one is just the neck and series. So neck and series, neck and parallel, both pickups, all 4 coils. This coil and this coil, and then the humbucker. So it's got quite the variation there. And there it is. It just has a volume and no tone. Because, back in the day, we would say, what do you even need a tone knob for? It was the style at the time. Just like a lot of people would say, what do you even need a neck pickup for? Right? I mean, we're not switching to that neck pickup anytime soon. But I have matured since then. Some say very horribly. But I'm a lot older, and now I miss it when I don't have a neck pickup. So I appreciate that they included the neck pickup on it. Very nice. All right, let's let me show you the back again. It's the beautiful guitar. All right, here we go. This is the bridge. Iron Man. I love you. God, you gotta love Speak of the Devil. Even though Ozzy hates it, or he did hate it. Here is position 2, which is this coil and this coil. Here is all 4 coils. This is both pickups. Just down here on the better. Here is the neck in parallel. Just the neck, which is in series. Yeah, so on my meter, 2 bars here, 1 bar. Hell yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Really enjoy this guitar. Okay, we have to switch it to clean because, as we all know, everybody wants to hear it clean. Let me just triple check my tuning here. You know, that's pretty good actually, but it could be slightly better. Perfect. All right, there we go. Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds okay. Yeah, not bad. Here is position 2. Wow. So 1, 2. Wow. I'm gonna bring that up. And now 2. A little better. I was like, geez, that sounds like a big drop off. You notice that if you don't have the front end at the correct volume. Here's position 3. You can hear those humbuckers kicking in. Here's position 4. And here is just the neck. In series. I keep saying that. This is just the neck too, at position 4. But that's parallel. You can hear it get louder. I can see it on my meter. 2, almost 4. Like it dances into the 4th. So there it is, series. And then parallel. awesome. Love it. All right, our Behave lead, sure. Helps if you play it right. You can hear it really there. How much yeah, you definitely lose the gain. Going to parallel. Here is all 4 coils. Gotta work on that. And it's like, what a great riff. There it is. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, dual heavy reg? Sure. I mean, if there was ever a guitar Oh, yeah. Okay. We're going to be here all day unless I put an end. We're back to our good old Brit 87. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, put me down for 3. I like this one. I'll take one of every color. Man. That is pretty awesome. And, you know, I mean, you want to talk total access and into the upper frets. I mean, just perfect. Just absolutely perfect. The Ibanez 540 3P. No, 540 P3. Oh, Ibanez, never change. The 540 P3 is the guitar of the week. And like every guitar of the week, if I could stop banging it off my my webcam, which I think damages my webcam more than the guitar, is the guitar of the week. And like every guitar of the week, there will be links in the description for pricing, availability, any specs I may have missed. And there you have it. All right, dudes, as always, thank you so much for hanging out, and rock on.